last night, okay, not last night, the night before, I went out drinking with all the other like teacher, like assistant teachers, people from my company basically. My manager was there, the branch manager was there. Yeah, and it was just like it was like an official get-together party, drinking party thing. And it was at like a Mexican bar, which you don't see anywhere in Japan. And my branch manager was just like, she was just like wanting to take tequila shots. She's like gathering everybody, and she's like, oh, okay. And she would just order them and just be taking shot after shot. I haven't had tequila in a long time. And I didn't eat anything, and I just drank so much. And I got super drunk. And when I get super drunk, I get like, you know, I know I'm about to pass out or throw up, so I'm like, I gotta go home. But I was about an hour train ride away, well, 45-minute train ride away from my place. So I somehow stumble to the train station and get there. And I don't really remember how I walked there or how I found out where the train station was, because I'm pretty bad with directions. I don't remember getting on the train. But I do remember puking my brains out somewhere in some bathroom. Hopefully it was in a bathroom. I actually don't remember. I just remember throwing up. I think it was on the train in the bathroom. There's a bathroom in the train. And then I just passed out on the train. I was waiting for my stop and I fell asleep. And then I woke up and I looked around and I was like, where? This isn't my station. And it's the last station. And like the train guys, like, you know, waking me up. People fall asleep on the trains all the time. So that's not that weird. And I was like, wait, is this Daigo station? Which is like the station, actually where I work. It's about an hour away. A little more than an hour away from where I live. So I was on the train for like 2 hours. I didn't even realize. And yeah, and then I got off the train, super drunk, just stumbling. It's the last train. It's like 11:30, midnight about. And I got off and I was like, the guy was like, oh, you meant to get off in Omiya where I live? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, okay, well, there's like no taxis this time of night. Because I was like, I'll just call a taxi. And then I looked for my phone, and my phone was gone. So I looked everywhere, and then he was like, oh, I'll check the train. And then they didn't find it. So I was like, I have no phone. I'm stuck, you know, an hour away from where I live, an hour drive or hour train ride. And it's raining, and I was super drunk. And yeah, so I was like, oh, I don't know what to do. And so he was like, well, there's no taxis this time of night, and the convenience stores are probably closed. And I was like tearing up. I was like, what should I do? And he's like, do you have any friends you can call? I'm like, I don't know their numbers. And he's like, do you have anybody who lives around here? And I was like, yeah, there's, but I don't know where they live. And I was like, I'll just walk. I was like, how long does it take to walk to Omiya? He was like, probably like 6 hours, 7 hours. And I was like, whatever, I'm walking. So I started walking and it was rainy. It's only a 7-hour walk. I'll get back. I have work in the next morning, so I have to get up at like 6. And so I walked in the rain for 4 hours in the dark, in the middle of nowhere. It was raining and I was soaked and I fell. Like my hand got all messed up and my knee got all bloody, and I'm just like sobbing because I'm like, God, I have to work in the morning, and I had stuff to do. I had to prepare things for the cultural festival. So I'm like just drunk and stumbling. I'm running because I'm trying to get there as fast as I can. And yeah, and I fell, just face planted, and then I'm just soaked and sad. And I walked for 4 hours, and my legs hurt, my feet hurt, and my hips hurt, and my knee hurts. And then finally, I'm like, I'm just gonna try and hitchhike, even though hitchhiking is not like a thing in Japan. So I like, you know, put my thumb out anytime a car passes, and they all just zoom right by, even though I'm just a girl walking by myself in the dark at 2 a.m. Nobody wants to stop, I guess. And I would stop, but it's fine. And then finally, after 4 hours of walking, a big van, like a white van full of like 5 guys, stop, and they're like, "Hey, where are you going?
This
you
story
going?"
is so tragic.
Yeah, I know. They're like, "Where are you going?" I was like, "I'm trying to get home." And they're like, "Oh, where do you live?" And I told them, and they were like heading that way, in that direction, anyways. And they're like, "All right, we'll hop in." And I was like, God bless. And then, yeah, it was a group of like old guys and young guys. One of the guys was one of my age. They gave me some onion soup, some French onion soup in a can. They gave it to me, and they're like, here's a warm drink. And And then they scolded me. They're like, you know, they're like, don't hitchhike in Japan. It's dangerous. They're like, how would your family feel if they just saw on the news that you got killed in Japan for hitchhiking? They're like, you could get picked up by the Yakuza and stuff like that. And they're just like, and then I just told them how I got in that situation without my phone. And then they were all really nice. I can't believe they picked me up. They work on the trains at night, apparently, because, like, you know, they can't work on the trains during the day because the trains are running. But yeah, so they drove me all the way to my apartment, and then I was like, can I give you guys some money? And they're like, no. They're like, just be more careful next time. Don't drink so much next time. And then, yeah, they're like, good luck with the culture festival tomorrow. And then they dropped me off, and then I got 1 hour sleep.
Moral of the story: never drink Teglia.
Yeah, honestly, it was so rough, and it just all could have been avoided if I didn't decide to just spook out by myself because I was too drunk. And I could have just waited. I was actually on the same train as one of the people I went with, but I didn't know because she left. I don't know. It was the worst. I'm so sore. Like, my whole body hurts. I don't know what I did. I remember, like, sitting down. I tripped a lot. Ugh, so bad. There's vending machines pretty frequently, even in the middle of nowhere. You can find vending machines, but there's no hot drinks in them. I'm surprised I didn't get, like, oh, it's so cold. But yeah, so that's what happened.